That's good. Let's try that. All right, much better. There we go. And of course I had to forget the cable, didn't I? Oh, thanks to the 11 viewers that are in here. I've forgotten the cable for the charger, so we might only get an hour of streaming into them. A bit angry. Hey Cal, how are you, mate? Say hello to Winter Queen for me as well, alright? Try not to kill each other. How you going, old boy? You well? Wait, get that out of there. Okay, what we'll do is we'll send the small rod and reel out first and then work from there. Now, what do we got here? Let's have a look. Oh, we've got some 30-pound line, that'll do nice. Yep. So, let's get our rig in. Hey, pub test, how are you, bud? What's going on? You had a good day? Now where I'm fishing today, people, could be any spot in Australia. Good day of landscaping. Is any day a good day of landscaping, puppy? I reckon I could hit him from here quite easily. Let's put a bit of adventure into his day. What do you reckon, everyone? Okay, so when you're fishing these sorts of conditions, okay, sinker selection is important, as you want to try and use something that'll grip the bottom and not have much wind resistance when you're casting, especially when you're using lighter lines. So what we're going to do is now I know for a fact that the area out there is a bit snaggy. Now this is a small snapper lead. Now you got to remember, when you fish with these sinkers, they'll lay flat on the bottom, okay? So out here we know that there's a bit of reef. There's one just over here and another one a bit further over, but I'm just going to cast straight out from the rocks, because what's happened is we've got a breeze that's blowing virtually northwest, so it's coming in across there. So if we're going to get anything, it's going to be just out here, okay? So what we're going to do is use a very simple bait, okay? Now you've got to remember too, when you're fishing, you try and use as light a bait as possible, okay, to try and hold bottom. So as a rule of thumb, with the rod and reel that I'm using, right, that's an 8, great. So that's an 8-ounce snapper lead. That's a 4-ounce snapper lead, and that's a special tournament casting sinker that I've got. Right. So what we'll do is we'll put that in here, like so. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to fix this to this small lead that I've got here. Right, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a loop through the swivel like that. That's still going to hold anyway. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a really basic dropper loop rig. So with your dropper loops, I want this dropper loop to be about, I'd say 15 centimeters long, because we're going to have a big white bait on the end of it. So if you're going to do a 15 centimeter long dropper loop, you need 30 centimeters between your hands, right? So there we go. A lot of people do dropper loops just by tying a knot in the line. That's really amateurish, people. You don't do that. You want to have something like this that comes off perpendicular to the line, so when your white bait hang down, they'll hang out away from your rig. Okay? Now in here, what we're going to do is, one of the basic rules of rigs is you never let your hooks touch. So this is going to be a fairly long rig, and I want it to be like that. Now the bait that we're going to use today is white bait, okay? And in Western Australia, white bait will catch about everything that swims, right? Now, see how that slid? I've got to correct that, okay? Okay, we'll do that again. Alright, so what we've got there is we've got two beautiful long dropper loops. Make a nice long rig here. I've got to stop using my teeth because they're starting to go flat. Right, old fisherman problem. Now, what we're going to do is, it's really simple, famo. All you need to do now is you just try and minimise the number of swivels that you use. Right, so this is 70-pound breaking strain rolling swivels. I don't use brass swivels anymore. I use rolling swivels for everything, famo. Much better. Big Daddy is 6. How are you holding up today, man? Are you well? There we go. Right, so let me show you the basic braid knot. See that there? I've wrapped the braid around itself 12 times. I'm going to put this back through the loop that's between the braid and the swivel. Yeah, a lot better, mate. I've just got to be careful. I was going to go down the beach, but the doctor said, no, steady. Okay. There we go. The good thing about this knot is, like most knots with braid, if you've got enough loops in it and you double them over enough, you usually have 100% breaking strain. Now, what I've got here, okay, is I've got this nice little rig that we've just done up. Now, I haven't put the hooks on yet for obvious reasons, as the nickname's Destructor. Right, and this is going to be a really long rig, but you've got to remember that when you cast out, the further you cast out, when the sinker hits the bottom, the less of an angle you have with your rig. So what'll happen is it'll be like that in the water and your baits will be dragging on the bottom, okay? So you've just got to make sure that you've got a bit of distance between your hooks and that way they'll sort of, you know, hold true. Going to do 8 through there. New monofilament, I don't trust it. Okay. Right. So basically what I've done now is within about 2 minutes I've got a little rig that's quite long. Okay, that's about what? 2/3 the length of the rod. And we've got an 11-foot ugly stick here, but that's okay. The good thing about this is when I hold this up in the air, right, let's get that out through there. Come on, bud, what are you doing? As a rule of thumb, braid doesn't like monofilament. Now these are the hooks that I did up in the shed the other day. G'day mate, how you going? That's the way, nice night for a walk. Yeah, always good. Hey, I haven't had a cast yet, so I've got an excuse. Not a million excuses. Hey, lovely Lace, how are you, bud? What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're feeling better, lovely Lace. How's life treating you? Are you well? Are you happy? Right. Okay, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some of these jumbo-sized white bait that I bought a while ago. Now with these loops, the reason why these loops work so well is I can interchange my hooks literally. Yeah, I'm a lot better now, lovely Lace, all good. So I can literally change my hooks at the drop of a hat. So see that there? Suddenly if we have a different fish species that come through and I think that single baits are better, I just slip these off and then I put on a single hook, okay? And this is the easiest way to do it. Now people, when you're fishing rock balls and that sort of stuff, okay, always fish with a sinker on the bottom. Okay, that's all you have to do. Okay, you just have to fish with a sinker on the bottom. Because what'll happen is it's the easiest way to detect bites. And a lot of people, you watch people when they fish, they'll use a rig with a sinker in between like the hooks and themselves, and then what they do is they just cast it out, right, and then they just leave it, and then you hear all the moaning, oh, it's snagged, it's doubled up on itself. That's because you're not fishing it properly. If you're going to fish with a sinker in between you and the hook, when you cast and power into your cast, about 10 foot off the water, you've got to grab your spool to flick your bait out. Then your sinker drops first and then the bait trails down behind it. 9 times out of 10 in deep enough water, you'll get a hit while the bait is heading towards the bottom behind the sinker. Right, I've proven that time and time before. All right. Okay, so now, these are the jumbo-sized white bait that we're going to use, right? Okay, these are the jumbo-sized white bait that we're going to use, okay? And as you can see, these hooks are big enough to house them, okay? So that last hook has to go in between the eye and the bridge, right? So we're going to do that, and the good thing about this is we now have 4 strike points on that white bait, right? So anything that's going to go near it and bite it is going to hook itself. Now when you use white bait on beach rigs or rigs like this, what will happen is there isn't a fish that swims, right, that won't eat white bait. So if you've got flathead out there, they love small fish baits, you catch flathead. Trevally love white bait. I've even seen snapper and mulloway caught on white bait, okay? So these are a universal fish that'll catch everything, okay? Rightio, first cast. Steady. Right, that's a nice simple cast. Now the good thing about that is what's happened is there, right, is the sinker's gone straight to the bottom and then the white bait have spun around behind it. That's all you needed to do. Elusive Mermaid, how are you, mate? Welcome to the stream. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put that in there like that, right. Keep action on the rod, okay, and what we've got is a nice straight line between the rod tip and the sinker. So what will happen is as the tide's coming in, right, the white bait will swing to the down stream end of the tide, and they'll just sit there and you know, just flap around in the water. So they basically find the tide for you, okay? G'day, you're an Aussie too, mate. Good to see it, okay? Welcome. Yeah, we're just doing a little bit of like rock fishing, mate, you know? Exactly the same sort of conditions that everyone fishes, you know? And the other thing is too, the difference between a successful angler, right, and an angler that's not so successful is quite simple, it's patience. So remove the urge to muck around with your fishing line every 5 seconds, because what will happen is if there's no little stuff biting that, what you've probably got is a larger fish swimming around it, just picking when it decides to get the switch to go off in its brain to go and attack what you've cast out there, okay? So at the moment, let's work off the principle that no news is good news, and away we go, okay? Hugo, how are you, bud? Welcome to the stream. When you say flap, flap, is that your right in? Was it Hugo or? Now the other thing is too, people, when you fish from rock walls, right, always pays you to use burley. Okay, you will catch more fish using burley than if you don't, and you'll have less times where you don't catch fish. Okay, I mean if you've got days where you don't catch it, that's the one. Dunno, King Gene. I hope so, bud. Cyclones are a bit serious, mate. Okay, now I don't know whether you can see the top of that fishing rod, but if you can, just let me know if something's biting it, please. Alright, so the burley that we're going to use today is muleys. Okay. So quite simple, just get the muleys and put them in the burley bucket. Right, these burley buckets are quite good. They can, you know, they can take about 1 kilo of flesh in terms of fish. And what we'll do now is we'll just go down here steady, steady, right. And what we want to do is you just want to put it right, okay. That. Okay. Now, in some instances, I've seen fish come up and hit burley, right? And when they do that, they don't usually hit your bait. But them's the breaks, you know. So it's the same old story. You've just got to be patient, okay? And try and wait for a bite. That's all you can do. Thanks, mermaid. That's it. Yeah, that's all we can do, bud. Like I said, people, never ever lose the enjoyment of your fishing, okay? That's one thing you don't want to lose. Now, so what I'm going to do is, what I've done there, Ollie Memes, how are you, bud? Yeah, that's the way, elusive mermaid. So what I've done is I've just got that burley rope wrapped around a rock. If something decides to swim off with it, you've got to get to the rock before it unravels, you know. Okay, so look, people, there's not much water movement in there, which is pretty good. We've got a nice straight line to that. Now what's going to happen is on our next cast, because it's got the wind coming in this way, we're just going to cast diagonally in here. Okay, not too far out, but just far enough out to leave a scaly mac out, okay? Yeah. There's the scallies there. Right. Okay. Leave that there. Zads, how are you? Yeah, every arvo is a lovely arvo if you're upright, mate, you know. Let me just swap that to chat only to save battery life. How much have we got left on there? 71%. We might get. Hi mate, how are you, bud? Okay. Probably a crab, mate. Let's just leave it in there for a bit longer. Yeah, probably a crab, mate. That's right, well spotted though. Rightio. Oh, really? Oh, okay, there you go, Ollie. Well done. Now, let me show you a really simple rig now. Okay. So what we're going to do is just going to show you a really simple rig. Okay. Now, put that there. Good. Okay. One there, good. Right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is terminal tackle a la swivels and hooks, and that are becoming so expensive nowadays, but it's nearly becoming like unaffordable. Easiest thing to do, right, is just do a loop down the end like that. Right, there we go. So we've got a loop. Just do the little insurance knot in here, like that. Then what you do is you just force that loop over your sinker, ta-da, and now your sinker's in place. Now once again, we're going to need a fairly decent length rig here, because I don't want the hooks to flap around on the bottom, I want them to flap around on the top. Right, so the other thing you've got to remember too is when you've got a bait that's roughly the same size as a sinker, the further away you have it from your sinker, right, the more chance you've got of having a helicopter effect on your rig when you're casting it. All that means is it spins in the air and it costs you a lot of distance. But if your baits are, excuse me, if your baits are nearer the sinker without getting hooked on the loop, you'll get a nice long cast out of it, if you know what I mean. So, I'm just going to get a set of swivels. Well, I'm glad to see you got something out of that, Hugo. Let's see what this is. They're crane swivels. I want. That's barrel. I don't want that. I want 3 pound. So they're 80 pound. We'll use those. Right. So first things first, we've got to get the braid. Okay. Someone on the jet ski, eh? Right. I'll do it like that, I think. $0.20. How are you, bud? Welcome to the stream. Just gotta wait for a bite, famo, that's all. How's your day been, 20? What have you been up to, bud? So the good thing about this is, famo, once you've got your sinker on there and you've got one 3-way swivel, right, you can basically do your rig up to suit yourself. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now is, that's a good length for the rig. Okay, I should have been fishing from 3 o'clock today, but I couldn't do that, so here I am. Right, now if you want to catch so there's a little bit of a bend in that, so yeah, we're just gonna have to wait, aren't we? Right. Hey there, Mesmus, how are you, bud? Yeah, I fished it a bit. Big Daddy, but it's just that I couldn't get here early enough today. So what I did is I was going to go down the beach, but I couldn't get down there. Okay, so right. So what we're going to do now, okay, is we're just going to do a dual snell rig. Okay, so with a snell rig it's pretty simple. What I want to do is I just want to attach 2 6/0 suicides here. I found that a far better way, and these are stainless steel hooks, a far better way to present your baits. Right, so what you do is you just put your fishing line either side of your hook shank. Okay, 6 wraps around there. Right, these sorts of rigs work really well in the Southern Ocean, right? So then we just do a centaur knot around here. Hey Hitman, how are you, stranger? How's a finger, bud? Is it all recovered? Now what I did there was I left it a little bit longer because these are quite big scalies. Right. Now, let me chuck that down there. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put... Good to see you, man. How are the pups too, bud? See, I asked about the wife first. Right. I hope Sugar Honey's well. Right. So I'm going to just put a little float in front of the hooks. Then what I'm going to do is... Right, I just want to bring this up just a little bit closer to the main line than that. No, mate, it still hasn't healed, Hitman. And then I got bitten again. All right. So now what we've got is we've got a nice, simple, big rig, right? That's got one 3-way swivel, which is less things to go wrong. We've got one set of hooks and one sinker. That's all we need. Okay. So. Disco Dan, how are you, stranger? Welcome, bud. Okay, so I find scalies a really good bait for mulloway personally, but you do get the odd snapper on them, so let's just see if there's a big mulloway out here. Right, now, you ask any South African angler what the most important thing about baits is, it's presentation. Now that's a really large scaly, right? So this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to get rid of the scales. Right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just going to run my knife down the backbone just to where the stomach starts, right? Because that's where most of the juices are, believe it or not. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, this is like a half butterfly. I'm just going to rip that out. So I've got the bottom of the stomach on there. Right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to butterfly this around. Okay, what that's going to do is that's going to reduce or well, it's going to actually reduce the size of the bait, but it's going to release a lot of the like juices in it once it starts to you know, thaw out a bit. Then what I'm going to do is just in here, come on bud, this is a big bait, I should have used 8-0s. Okay, and what I've got is I've got a beautiful bait with all the stomach exposed, and the inside of that, when that goes, they're going to hit the head first anyway, hopefully, right? So, oh, that lovely scaly smell. What I'm going to do here now is what's happened there? Let's have a look. There we go. We've got people walking down here, so we're just steady. Right, what I'm going to do is just a nice gentle cast through here, okay? Now that's not too far out. Nice big splash, so all the fish are going to know that we're out there. Right. And usually on the rocks and that, you never have problems finding a rod holder. You just got one big enough, you know. All right. So what we've got there is a nice straight line. What I'm going to do is change the camera angle. Welcome back, Cal. Okay, let's just change this. All right, 68% after 39 minutes. We might get a couple of hours out of this. What I'm going to do is just change to the longer range lens. Okay, then let's just see if we've got anything on the white baits. The good thing about this snapper lead is a snapper lead will just lift straight off the bottom and come through the water column. Right. Okay. So now that we've got the big rod and reel out there, what we can do... Hey Shadow Mark 3, how is this? No, where is this? On the water, bud. So, Melbourne, okay mate, you're not a Collingwood supporter, are you? That's a standard joke in the stream. No. South of Perth, bud. Hey Loey, how are you, bud? Welcome to the stream. So what we're going to do is, now that the big one's out there, right, we're just going to fish with the little one and hope that the rod doesn't turn into a javelin. Okay. Now I'm going to get a giveaway going too, fam. I just need to figure out how to bloody do it. I thought I was clever last night, but got brought back to earth. G'day, mate. How you going there? Not too bad. How's yourself? Right. Okay, I'll get the light out in a minute. That's a pretty decent cast. Yep, I think that'd make the jet skis nervous if they were coming past, so. Same old story, people. Patience. Right, just be patient. All right, something's having a look at the big rod. All right, something's looking at the big rod, fam. There's a little bit of movement there, so we'll just keep an eye on that. Let me just get the light out. We don't need to, the lights are on. Thanks for that. I thought they came out later. All right, there's something that's having a go at the larger rod. We'll just wait for it to get to a serious stage and then we'll acknowledge it. G'day, mate. How you going, all right?
Any luck, mate?
Nah. I only had a couple of casts, but I've got an excuse for everything, mate. I've got an excuse for everything. Barometric pressure, tide movement, the water was the wrong colour. Yeah, I've got them all. I felt one drop of rain, you know. Okay, I don't know what's having a go at the big rod, but whatever it isn't too like large. Okay, we've got some jet skis coming through, people. I need to bring these rods back in, otherwise we're going to be doing jet ski fishing. Okay, so let me just bring that back in here. You've always got to keep an eye on where your rods and your lines are, fam. So let me just chuck this down here for now. Right. They coming in here or are they going round? All right, they're going round. That's good. Okay. Whew. That's right, Shorey. Moon cycle, wind. Down, Hitman. It's obviously sound like it's been a while. Right. So there's nothing left of it, Hitman. Yeah, you too, Shorey. How's life treating you, bud? You well? Right, what happened there? How did that happen, bastard? Oh dear, the tugboat. Yeah, that's basically all it is, mate, you know. Now, what's happened here? I need to get my glasses on for this, even though I don't have any. My eyesight is the last bastion of my youth that I'm trying to fight, you know. So, oh, hang on. A bit of light would be helpful, wouldn't it? Hang on a second. Whoops. Told you my eyesight's stuffed. Okay, let's just chuck that in there. One thing too I've noticed over the years, people, is big fish will follow boats, right? They'll follow boats quite seriously, and so the amount of times I've been fishing like wharves and that sort of stuff down south, you have a boat come through and then you hook a fish is ridiculous. So, Loey, how was work today, bud? Nice and hot up there, you poor bugger. Alright, let me just see how this is going. Come on, don't be like that. There we go. Come on, get out through there. That's the one. No, don't do that. Let me just take these hooks off. You still got a lot of snow over there, Hitman, or? Okay. Great. What depth are you up to now, mate? Because normally that's how you measure how things are going with your winter, just the depth of the snow, isn't it? Or oh, sugar. What happened there? Minus 24. Oof. We're the opposite way, mate. We had 40 degrees last night. I'll give it 10 minutes. Thongs and stubbies, yeah. The Australian industrial workwear. It's a lot of airtime, isn't it? All right, let's see what this is going to do. Good, mate, yourself? Nah, nothing yet. I think I missed the tide, Cobb. Yeah. Yeah, probably tomorrow there's a later tide, Cobb. Yeah, about 8 o'clock, which will be better. Yeah, you too, mate. See ya. Probably shouldn't be driving that fast, buddy. The cops come down through here all the time, so. All right. Sticky, you need to get over that, bud. Okay? You need to get over that, mate. It is a great twilight view, and this is what it's about, people, you know. You've got to enjoy your environment. Never lose the enjoyment of living, fam, you know. We don't do personal bests on this channel and all that other garbage because, quite frankly, no one cares, right? And I can't remember. So, now I've got the bottom there. Let's just hope we can get a fish now. I've got the burley bucket down here that's slowly releasing like the juices from the muleys into the water. Right. Lots of fish get caught from this spot, people. For some reason though, normally when you have the tides in the early mornings, like between 2 and 5 a.m, I don't know whether it's just where the really keen anglers come out or there's less noise from the cars or what have you. Oh, we got a bite. Hang on, Famo, we got a bite. On there. Come on. Let's just bring this down here. Right, that just had a hit. So what you can do, right, with this is if a big fish is having a look at a bait and it's mouthing it and mucking around and all that sort of stuff, remove the urge to grab the fishing rod and muck around with it, because it'll just spit the hooks and go. Right, so if it's sitting there and it's mucking around with the bait, just think it's like a cat with a toy or a puppy with a toy and leave it. Right. Obviously, if the rod starts to hit the water and it's just about 1 second away from launching out like a javelin, you grab it, right? But you just got to pick your moment, okay? Patience is everything, fam, okay? So even if I'm going to lose the fish on here, that's okay, I'll just get it next time. It's not going to go anywhere, it's still in the water, you know? But it's probably going to take another 15 to 20 minutes. All right, we got a bite. Rightio, we got a bite. Now what I've done there is I've moved my rod tip towards my bait, right? So I've put no resistance on that. Okay? So now we just wait. I haven't tensioned the line, I haven't done anything. Okay, the line's got a bow in the water, it hasn't gone dead straight. It's still mouthing the bait, whatever it is. No, nothing. What happened there? Okay, so when it bobbed, it should have weaved. Okay, famo, so remember what I said to you about the fish mouthing the bait? So what's happened is it's hit the wings and dislodged the head. That's good, it means there's one out there. Whoops. Oh well, the rats will get that. Nah, hitman, just if anything bites, bud, you know, fishing's a bit like lotto, brother. You know, you've just got to be in the right place at the right time and that hope that lightning strikes, you know. Right, here you go. We had a guy at boxing that we used to call Lightning. He wasn't quick, he just couldn't hit the same spot twice in a row, you know. Doesn't hurt to put a bit out of what you're fishing with. Don't know, Mesmus, you never know, bud. You never know. You don't worry about stuff that you can't control, man, you know. Like, you know, do you think it was something big? I don't know and don't care, bud. All I know is that I've pulled up hooks. But that's right, there was something. That's right, elusive mermaid. Now, I'm just going to prep this. You want to make it as easy as possible for your fish to set the hooks in their mouth. Oh, that's a bite. That is a bite. Drop the rod tip. That's a squid. Even though it's the wrong time of the month for the squid. Now with squid, I think it's a squid fam. Right, so I'm just going to bring this really slowly. Oh no, the dolphin's out there, so whatever I've got on here, the dolphin's going to get. Oh no. Oh, it's a race against time, isn't it? What have we got here? Let's have a look. Is that a squid? Oh, let go. Yep. Bugger. Yeah, that was a squid. I think it let go because the dolphin was out there with the snorkel. Oh dear. Shadow Mark 3, we have very limited species in WA. From about Perth down, they're all the same, mate, you know, so there's nothing really too fancy to write home about. We have the basic species here: herring, tailor, you know, flathead, mulloway, trevally, all that sort of stuff, bud, you know. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to shave along the backbone. Right, Dave Brocky, how are you, bud? Good to see you, mate. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so I'm just going to butterfly this out. Really nice quality bait. See how clear and white that is? So what we want to do here, famo, is we want to pin the two bits of flesh on the inside through the bit, through the like a little crest there. Bring that down, and then what I want to do is I just want to pin it on the base there like that, okay? That's a beautifully presented bait. So what's going to happen is all the juices are going to flow out from there, and if anything's going to hit it, it'll conceal the hooks beautifully, okay? So now what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of fishing rod management. We'll put the big one out first, right, like so. There, straighten it out. Beautiful airtime on that, lovely. Right. Okay, that's in a pretty good rod holder there. Then what we'll do is right. Yeah, I've got to be really careful with my casting tonight because I don't want to strain myself. Like I said, I've just come back from being unwell. When I said to the doctor, I'm going fishing, he was like, no you're not. Well, yes I am. Right. Might try a little bit longer cast with this one. We'll just see how we go, eh? If I start feeling unwell, I'll just close the stream down. G'day, mate.
G'day.
How you going? How'd you go? Anything?
Oh, we got nibbles.
Oh yeah, it's always the way, isn't it? All right, we've got a bite on that, but I don't think it's a fish. It's either a squid or a crab. Now, we've got a boat coming in here. That's starting to look a bit serious, actually. That might be going into the harbour, so let's just risk that. Rightio, let's put a little bit more effort into this. I want to just see how far I can go. So I'm just going to straighten that out behind me. Still going, just landed, a little bit better. We're casting at about 40% there. Oh, we'll be down at the beach next week in no time, famo. Alright. Might even be down the beach tomorrow night, fam. We'll see how we go, eh? Actually, we won't be because it's the Australia Day long weekend and every Tom, Dick and Harriet will be down there. Alright people, so look, if you're lucky enough to live in an Australian capital city, right, and you know, you like fishing rock walls and that sort of stuff, you can do exactly what I'm doing here. Make sure you've got some burley out, have one small rod out and one large rod out. Always cast out your large fishing rod first, because if there's a fish that's big enough to take the bait, it'll hook itself, especially with the rigs that we're using. And then with that one, you just leave it and just enjoy yourself. You know, that's what it's about. Never lose the enjoyment. What's the old saying? Never lose the sweetness of life through the bitterness of living. A lot of people don't understand that. Alright, so we've got a little bite on there. It's not a fish though, that's either a squid or a crab. You can just tell by the way it's hitting the rod. The other thing is too, there'll be fish swimming around in there, right? And you've just got to wait for them to get through all the pickers and that sort of stuff to do it. Alright, what do we got here? Yeah, nice one, Nug Dam. It's a spot where there's water. Nice one, Nug Dam. Where were you fishing, bud? Which state? Queensland, half your luck, bud. Go and put all the photos in the Discord, mate. Yeah, the biggest problem with that Shadow Mark III is you'll always have the toadfish, but if you fish at night, the toadfish shut down and you don't really get bothered by them, you know. All right. And this is basically your rock wall fishing, fam. Get your baits out there and wait for your rod to buckle over. That's what you got to do. It's a beautiful night. It's cooled down a fair bit. There's a beautiful breeze blowing. Look at that backdrop. That's lovely. You know what I mean? The only problem is with the tides and that sort of stuff, it'll be over in about half an hour. But tomorrow night there's a tide at 8 o'clock. So what we'll be doing is we'll be doing a mulloway fish tomorrow night, okay? That's one from the port there. He's got the light out going there. Those pricks aren't catching anything, are they? Good man.
Yeah.
You got a gaff?
Lost it again.
No. Oh. Nah, too early. Too early. You're too strong. He's too strong, boss. You got to tell him off.
Yeah.
If it wants to go, let it go. It'll just get tired. That's what I said to you. You need a bigger fishing rod. There's big fish through here, Cobber. That's why everyone fishes here. You know, but all the big ones are usually off that end. So. When you hook strong fish like that, just let it go. Because all that'll happen is it'll get tired, and when it stops, click, wind. If it wants to take off again, you let it go again. And all it does is tires itself out. Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, yeah, that's life, isn't it? See, the bosses laugh at you. She's very sad. I think he's related to Uncle Roger. Right. Now the beauty of using 11-foot fishing, 12-foot fishing rods from these sorts of structures with the rocks and that is I can control my bait, no dramas whatsoever, and bring it in on the surface if I want to. Right, so this is exactly what I'm going to do now. I'm going to hold the fishing rod nearly vertical, right, and what this is going to do is this is going to lift the sinker to the surface and it'll start coming in across the surface like that, okay? There we are, and just as it gets to the edge, I'll lift it up. Beautiful. So what we did is we had a couple of bites there, okay? Nothing took, but that's all right, at least we got bites, you know? So, hey, Sticky Dip, yes, there is carp fishing in WA, bud, unfortunately. So, carp aren't native to Western Australia, but they do have a carp fishing club at Golden Ponds. So if you want to fish for carp in a club environment, go to Golden Ponds. Hey, Star Wars, just had a couple of bites, mate. It's been a bit quiet, but we're out fishing, bud. That's life, you know. I would dearly love that big one to start howling. Thanks to the 90 odd viewers that are in here. Welcome to the stream. Loey, thank you very much for putting the link to the YouTube channel, fam. We don't ask for much on this stream, but a big dam. Yeah, there's carp in most places. I'll tell you what, Sticky Dip, I'll do a carp fishing stream before the June, okay? I know where there's some monstrous carp and we'll go and stick a hook in them. Nah, Star Wars, I don't use the Black Magic leader, bud. Yeah, I don't use that, mate. I just, I bring my own samples in to use. So that's a line sample that I brought in from overseas. It's not too bad, but, well, Sticky Dip, we'll see how we go, bud. But haven't you ever heard of stranger danger? You know what I'm saying? Just throwing it out there. All right, hang on. I'm going to see if I can cast a bit further now because I'm feeling confident. And this is what happens. I usually end up hurting myself. Right. There we go. Oh. Still going, just landed. Boom. Now, normally people fish for snapper in this spot. I know for a fact that there's some good mulloway that are around here as well, right? So with that, I've come here tonight trying to catch mulloway. Why is that, Mesmers? Well, mate, if you go fishing down south, you know, like Walpole, there's spots down at Walpole, well, not really Walpole, it's between Walpole and Albany, and there's another side, Walpole and Esperance. I've caught blue spot flatted when they come into spawn. So would everyone else that's watching the stream, Sticky Dip. I've caught blue spot flatted up to a metre on whitebait, bud. Yeah, whitebait in the Southern Ocean's really good. This is the Indian Ocean, so mixed response. But if we're at the beach, we'd be doing quite well with it. What bait are you using, boss?
Mullet.
Mullet, yeah. Good work. That was probably a snapper.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they do. Did it sort of take off? Yeah. When it hit, did it go like that? Keep moving?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a snapper. If it was a mulloway, it got out of your hand.
Okay.
You're welcome. And see, that's the thing. That's the thing with this sort of fishing underneath lights and that sort of stuff. You've just got to be patient, because when it goes down, it literally goes down, you know what I mean? So Famo, like I was saying before, we don't normally ask for much, right? But if I could please just ask you, it'll only cost you a click. Just go to our Australis Fishing YouTube channel and click on subscribe for free there, because they call it subscribing, it's called following on Twitch. And we also have Australis TV on YouTube as well. Alright, so what was that? That was a bite, I think. Come on, take it again. Come on, bud. That was something. There's something in the... No, that... Something's trying to eat the burley. Remember what I told you about that? Excuse me for a second. Sneaky bastards. Yeah, something's trying to take the burley pot, fam. Let's go and have a look what it is. Oh, hang on. There's only one wrap left on that rod. That's not good at all. Hang on. What's happening with that? That'd be just my luck tonight, you know. I've got two baits out, nothing's hitting it. There's a dirty, great big old skipper trying to take the burley. Yeah, something tried to take the burley into the water. Get out, bastards. Probably a knocky, knowing my luck. I've seen octopus crawl out on the rocks here, so. Alright, so we just had a bite on the big rod, but nothing really to write home about. Just excuse me for a second. No, not really Star Wars. Hitman, they're not crossed over, okay? The if this gets hit with anything, it's going to go straight out that way, and if this gets bitten by anything, it's going to go straight out that way, so they're not crossed over at all. The distance between the two rod tips is about 5 foot there, mate, so, but well spotted. Just hang on a second. Hey, Wanderer, how are you, bud? go. All right. Right. Yeah, we're just too far out of range, mate. All right. Good chance of that. Nah, it's been a bit quiet. I think the tide's already gone out, mate.
What do you usually get down here?
Oh, they do get a lot of stuff, but they get a lot of snapper off the end.
Snapper?
Yeah, but you got to get the right time of like tide and moon and all that sort of stuff. So it's.
I always end up like snagging the rocks.
Oh, you got to try and get as far away from the rocks as possible.
Yeah.
And you always got to try and fish the high tide, mate. So, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't fish sort of like low tide or anything like that. You need this to fill up with water before you can fish it, you know.
yeah, right.
So yeah, it just makes life easy. But I think the tide's
Yeah, I bet.
gone. So,
All right, mate.
see you, mate. All the best. Have a great night. Okay, so what we've done there, okay, the good thing about these no, Dan, what are you on about, bud? Oh yeah, I don't think the stancing is gender specific as you're making it out, mate. Yeah, we haven't got any Star Wars. Okay, so sticky dip, let me give you a bit of friendly advice, bud. This isn't South Africa, and with that, okay, carp are a pest, bud. So the sooner they get rid of them out of the waterways, the better. And that's why we don't get snagged on the rocks. Okay, so if you want to catch carp, right, I'm going to give you a word that of a place that you'll be able to catch carp at, right? And big ones too, because I know of a 6 kilo fish that has come out of this area. Okay, so sticky dip, you ready for this? Get your pen ready, mate. Okay. And this is sort of classified info. So if I suddenly disappear, you know that I'm fishing with there has found me and dealt with me. All right, you ready? Okay, so this is the word that you need. It's called catterick. C-A-T-T-E-R-I-C-K. There's carp there. All right, go and find them. You sort out the rest yourself. Okay. Well, isn't that interesting, fam? Something hit and spun around the main line. The only thing I've ever seen do that is in the river, and it was a big mulloway. Okay? So you're north in Geraldton, are you, Nugdam? I know you said Queensland, mate. I'm just testing you. I'll tell you why, mate, because there's a big movement of people that are releasing carp into waterways illegally over here, Nugdam. Right? Yeah, that's the best carp, Loey. Charlie Carp Fertiliser, you're dead right, sunshine. And I use lots of it for that reason. All right, let's get that in there. That is a good sign. Good. Easy looper, because if you want to do a proper streaming setup, bud, you need 3 phones. You need one to live stream from, that's a Samsung Galaxy S24, right? You need one to read chat from, which is a Samsung Galaxy S23, and you need one for backup, which is a Samsung Galaxy S22, which I've got in my pocket, bruv. Okay, you don't need a backpack, mate, that's just an absolute fallacy. Backpacks don't make your streaming any better. If anything, they're just an absolute hindrance because they always cook on you, you know? Yeah, nice one, Star Wars. Well done, bud. And the only reason you said that is because I said that, bud. We can pick that a mile off, buddy. Well done. Go, you. Think you might have our stream confused with other streams, Star Wars, so you might have to go out and hang out in there, bud. Righty, I'm going to try a whole bait this time because I think that was a croaker. Nicely done, if I say so myself. That's the best rod grip of all, electrical tape. Nothing big Mitchy B, we haven't missed out on anything, bud. Hey, Short Circuit, how are you, bud? Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, I am now, mate. I wasn't well for a while, Short Circuit, but all good. Who's screaming over there? That's definitely a crab or a squid hitting that. Yep, as soon as they feel the tension, they let go. Now, people, Oh, just anything that wants to bite people. If you want a really good torch for fishing and general duties, I went into Aldi yesterday and I bought one of these little work zone torches. Now, if you're chasing blue manna crabs and marron, these are great. Good thing about them is you can use them at 90 degrees as well, right? But they also double as a work light. I think these are $19.99. I don't know, don't care. I bought 3 of them, all rechargeable with C-type fittings, and they charge quickly. Okay. Super Villain, how are you, bud? What are we on to down there? It's pretty low. It depends. You just got to fish the high tide, which I think has left us. So, oh, we still got 50 odd percent. Wow, 119 people. Thanks, fam. Greatly appreciated. Thanks for giving up your time to watch the stream. The only problem is the bottom of the burley bucket burst open, so now I can't use muleys. Oh, you're welcome, Big Mitchy B. Sergeant Super Villain, how's your day going? There is Mitchy B, but I don't think we're getting any tonight, mate. Normally you do pretty well in this spot between about like 2 AM and 4 AM in the morning. Don't know why, I don't know why actually. Maybe there's less cars around, don't know. I didn't butterfly the scaly this time. I put out a whole bait and I half hitched the tail, so if there is something out there, hopefully it hits the whole bait, you know. But I tell you what, mate, it's quite spectacular when a big mulloway hits your bait, because the rod goes down and back, down and back, down and back, and then the tip tries to hit the water. I've seen plenty of rods disintegrate from mulloway strikes, you know. Ride that clutch like there's no tomorrow, son. Obviously, that's a highly intellectual specimen driving along there. Well done. Tomorrow's future, people. Oh, there's just something quite relaxing about being near water, you know. And I could quite easily stand here all night and watch these fishing rods till dawn. Right, I'm more than happy to be the last person on the rocks fishing away, okay? It's one of those unwritten rules that usually happens, so. Mind you, next week is going to be better fishing than this week, believe it or not, so. Now, people, we've got a few trips planned further south this year. Hey there, Geeky Nerd Cave, how are you, bud? Yeah, nug damn, that's all you got to do, mate. If you've got kids, mate, they're the most important thing. You've got to turn them into good little adults, you know, and prepare them for life. That's your job as a parent, you know, so. I find it quite funny when you hear people talk about outboards like they're talking about cars. Righto, that big one just had a little movement, fam, like they're talking about cars, because outboards are nothing like cars, right? Outboards deal with displacement, and the prop turns at a certain pitch and frequency that propels your boat through the water. The different size boat, you've got to have a different type of prop in that, right? So, you know, you'll hear all these people in boatyards that are like, you know, real car freaks. Oh yeah, man, you know, I got this 15 horsepower like Suzuki, man. I turned it into a 20 horsepower Honda, mate, fully sick, you know. Yeah, good one, bud. You winner. Oh dear. I guess experience comes with age, you know. Pretty quiet, isn't it, boss?
Yeah. live or
Yeah.
YouTube channel?
Yeah, YouTube.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I
What
do.
channel?
No, you come in here, buddy, because if you go on the camera, you'll
Come
get
here,
me in
boy.
trouble. Yeah, I'm also on Twitch, but everyone's more familiar with YouTube. You need sort of like niche, if you know what I mean. I was fishing.
Ah,
That one.
holy shit.
Let me see.
What is that?
I want to see.
Oh, there you go, buddy. You're champ. Is it?
Which one is that? You said Australian fishing.
No, Australis, not Australia.
Oh, Australis.
Yeah. I appreciate the follow, mate. So that one there.
Okay.
Jim, please meet you.
Yeah,
How you
nice
going,
to
mate?
meet
All
you. Good.
right. You going to come out again tomorrow? Tomorrow will be a better night than today. Hopefully the wife doesn't laugh at you. Yeah. Oh. Looper, how are you, bud? CAU, how are you? Oh no, DC, how are you, DC? No, nothing, mate. We're just throwing baits out there and practicing our casting. Yeah, all those snapper that I caught off the beach are from Bunbury.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the biggest one we got. G'day, how you going there? The biggest one we got north of here was 1.0 live, but that's right. The big live was about 95. So yeah, they're out there. You just got to know when to go. I need to. Yeah, Gandhi, next time you fish, if you go out on that point and cast straight out on the point, they get lots of snapper off there, especially if you've got a storm. Like, you know, the northwesterly winds, they all come in. They all come into the bay. You know, the back beach over there, they catch big snapper, so. You know, I think our night might be over, mate, because the high tide's gone, you know. So.
A couple of weeks ago, my friend was fishing there, but they got nothing.
Yeah, that depends. Like that one there, everybody hammers that beach. Like they hammer it. Because in the old days, you could fish right out on the point, Gundy. In the old days, you could go right out, you used to catch everything. But then they closed it off for the businesses there, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like the Bustleton jetty. In the old days with the jetty, you could go right out the end and they used to catch southern bluefin tuna from there. Yeah, and now you can't get out there because it's a marine park, you know. So, yeah, but that's how it goes, mate. You can't sort of get progress, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is what they call it, I guess. All right, Famo. Let's send out a few more white bait, eh? Mitchy B, which town are you in, mate, or which state are you in? New South Wales Central Coast. Okay. Well, it's a pity you're not here because the boat yard that I deal with is absolutely spot on. Mitchy, this is the problem with boats. Everybody seems to think that boats are like cars, right? They're nothing like it, mate. If someone's going to weld, and look, I'm only going about how we used to do it in the old days, but normally what they do is if you've got to crack up the middle, right, that means that you've obviously got to flex, or have you hit something beforehand and had it repaired afterwards, Big Mitchy B, or what? Like, was there damage to the hull, and then you couldn't get it to stick, if you know what I mean? Okay, so what you do, mate, whenever you buy an aluminium tinny, you always fill it up with water to see if it leaks, bud. And the other thing is too, mate, you know, like, it's like a lot of these idiots with fiberglass boats. They seem to think that fiberglass boats are like aluminium boats, right? When you work on a fiberglass boat, you've got to make sure that it's clamped so that all the shape is maintained, because if you don't, and I've seen guys do this, they've sort of, you know, worked on it in their backyard, they've just taken the joists off a piece at their time and then they've restuck it together. They've gone out in the boat, right? Good, 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 good. Relax, relax, relax. Let it go, let it go. Let it go, Indy, let it go. Just relax. You worry too much. Just relax. Just relax. Good. All right, is it? Right, wind down. Wind down. Up. Fill out. It's only a fish, mate. Hang on a second, people. I'm just going to help this gentleman with his fish. I'll be back in a second, right? He's got his kid here, so I don't want to put him on the film. All right, just relax. Just relax. You got the... No, I didn't say turn the spool. Just relax, man. Good. Let's just hang on a second. Stop, stop, stop. That's plenty of... Because they got the... Oi, 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 on the barb. Here. It's taking long. Good fish.
Hey!
See the difference? See? Well done, good fish. Rightio. Whew. Yeah, they caught a little eagle ray, fam, so I got them to let it go. Oh, that'll work like that. Whew. Rightio. Alright, let's see what this one's doing, famo. And that's the thing, fam, because next time he goes fishing, right, he'll know what to do and he'll be able to feed his family, which is what it's about, you know. So you got to remember, your fishing rod's your lever, your reel retrieves your line, you know. And the other thing is too, if you've got a fish that's taking line, don't wind your reel. So all you're doing is putting twist in your line. All right, people, so there you go. All right. Well, the hooketh have come up cleaneth, right? Righto, people, we've got a nice big scaly here. If anything hits the bait, then jumps out of the water and starts humping the Hilux, I'm going to let it. Okay. So a little half hitch, that's a nicely presented bait. That's how we used to fish for them in the Swan River, which is next year for now. Rightio. Does it make sense, Gunny? Yeah? Because the fishing rod's the lever and all the reel does is recover the line and provide the drag, you know? And it makes it easier for you, bud. I can cast well, I just can't catch fish well. Oh yeah, hopefully. Hopefully it's halfway to a fish, mate. Oi, oi. Great. Yay. All right, we'll just wait for another bite. Oh, there's a couple, mate. There's a gentleman here with his family. So, you know, that's the future of the country, isn't it, mate? So, Big Mitchy B, sorry about that. Now, with your hull, when we used to weld like hulls, aluminium welding is a really sort of it's literally a game of millimeters, mate. So what you got to do, right, is you've got to get someone that's experienced in welding marine grade stuff. And what you should do, right, is cover the split in the boat. So what you need to do is get another piece of aluminium that's molded to the same shape as your hull in the front, and you weld that from the gunnel on the side down so that it protects it when it's hitting the water in that, mate. That's the only way you're going to do it, Mitchy. So then what you got to do is decide whether you want to do that or just buy another boat, you know. So normally with the stingrays and that sort of stuff, Gandhi, they normally come out when there's more of a full moon. So yeah. So
the full moon just passed a couple of days ago, is that?
No. That's like a couple of weeks ago. So the full moon's June, like it's always usually due in the first week of the month. And normally you catch Port Jackson sharks and stingrays on the full moon.
In this area?
Oh, anyway, mate. Everything shuts down with the moon, so I'm quite surprised that you got a little one. But those ones tend to hang mid-water as well as the bottom.
Yeah.
So you got a mid-water bait, they'll hit it, you know. So that's probably what you had. Also,
I think so.
You know, it's good fun though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the good thing about that is, now that you've done that, the next time you get a big fish, you know what to do, eh? See? And then you laugh at your wife. What a beautiful night. Oh, haven't got my Fitbit on. Nah, Big Mitchy B, all you're trying to do there by using Sikaflex and that sort of stuff, mate, is polish a turd. You would be astounded as to the amount of impact when a boat is punching into waves, bud. It is relentless, mate. It is like hitting a brick wall. So what you've got to do is you've got to cover the whole front of the hull. So if that's your hull shape there, which is much like the shape of your knife, right, and obviously this is exaggerated, but you've got to cover the whole hull past the waterline. So if your waterline's here, you cover it to there. If your waterline's here when you're playing, you cover it to here, bud. You're going to have to do a whole new piece, because then what you've got, if you've got like a 5mm plate hull and then you use a 5mm plate for the repair, it's like having a new boat again. But you must get someone that knows how to weld alley, mate. Right, because it's a totally different ball game to other stuff, man, you know. All right, let's see what's going on, shall we? Come on. I can wait here all night, fishies. That's the thing with fishing, fam. The hard thing is to work past the emotional stage. Like how long is the boat? And what type of make is it? No. So what make of boat is it? Is it a Dogget, a Savage, Quintrex, Alley Craft or Alloy Craft? Alley Craft, right? I'm not familiar with that, mate. It might be an Eastern States band. I don't know Sticky Dip, and I can't comment on that bait because I don't know. I've never fished Cowan Dam, okay? Once I start feeling better, bud, I know a spot where apparently they've got 3 and 4 foot carp, right? And I'm going to go and fish that with my kayak until I kill every single one of them, okay? I'm going to use fly, I'm going to use bait, I'm going to use everything, bud, and I will go and fish that spot until I kill every single carp that I catch, mate. The cops are going to get you for that exhaust, bud. What a beautiful night, hey? Isn't this lovely, family? well, the tide's well and truly gone because it's all heading out now, famo. So the chances of catching something are gone because we need to fish the high tide. Yeah, not too bad, Darkness. Double pneumonia, bud. That's a bit greedy, mate. Did you get it twice because it's free? Oh, you're welcome, Mitchy B. That's what it's about, mate. You just got to share knowledge, don't you? Sure, Goonie. Is there anything else you want, bud? I'd like to catch a fish in the next minute, Goonie, so... There's always one more, isn't there, Gandhi, eh? Last one, you say it 57 times, you know. I'm the worst one of the lot for that. You know what I mean? Yeah, Mitchy, they're all cracking spots if you catch fish, but it's like anything, mate. You just got to put in the time. I thought we could get one within the last 45 minutes of the high tide, but it's like anything, mate. You just got to put in the time. On average, you fish 40 hours before you get a big mulloway. So that means we've got about 35 and a half hours to go, bud. Right. So this is a really good way to just get out, mate. And like I said, I'm just getting my steps up. So, you know... It's a great Australian pastime, mate. We don't realise how lucky we are in Australia, people. Like when I went to Scotland for the wedding, for example, in Scotland you can't fish anywhere without a licence or a permit. And over there, if this was in Scotland, this would be controlled by the local fishing club. And you've got sign-posted areas. You're only allowed to fish in between certain signs. If you're 1 centimetre over, you get fined. It's ridiculous. We have no idea how free and laid back we are in Australia, fam. We really are the lucky country, you know. Peter Death, how are you, bud? Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, you too, Hitman. Thanks for coming in. Thanks, Hitman. Good to see you. Hey, I've got a question for people in chat. Are there any... All right, thanks, Nugdam. Oh, Big Mitchy B, you didn't have to do that, mate. I didn't give you that information so you could subscribe, mate. I was just giving you that information because, you know, I'm a previous boat owner and so are you, bud. So, yeah, but... Thanks all the same, mate. That's not why I helped you, bud. We don't do that on this channel. Okay. Thanks, people. 5,526 subscribers. That's awesome on YouTube. See, thanks, mate. This is the good thing when you've got enough of a following on YouTube, people. I hadn't uploaded for a month and we're still getting 2,000 views every 48 hours, which isn't too bad, you know. So our YouTube channel is just starting to get the momentum that we've been hoping for a while. Now with that too, I haven't embedded any of the content, so our channel's taken a lot longer to grow. and a lot slower to grow, but it's all real figures, if you know what I mean. So, you know, we don't have like the straight line, then, you know, 200 subscribers, then the straight line of 0, 0, 0, 0, 100 subscribers. You know, we don't do that. Well, mate, with the way your cost of living's going in the UK, darkness, with your current political party that in there not trying to get political, mate, I'm surprised they're not eating the swans as well, you know? So... Relax. Gandhi, relax. It's not going to buy any more or less. Just relax. Relax, mate. You worry too much. You're very ruffler. You're very ruffler. Yeah, that's it, mate, you know. Yeah, that's exactly right, Loey, because so many people are embedding, mate. It's just ridiculous, bud, you know? And I mean, sponsors aren't stupid. They can pick on it, mate. They've got people that follow this all the time. Hey, Indy, come and have a cast of this. Come and have a cast with this. All right? Do you use normal fishing line or braid?
Braid.
Okay, great. Have a cast with this, mate. Here you go. This might look difficult, right, but I'll show you how to do it. So what you do when you cast, right, just lay that out behind you, put the sinker down, put the rod tip down.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Yeah, boy. I don't know how far is that.
Far enough to look stupid. Here, have a cast with this. All good fun. And this isn't an expensive outfit, this is cheap. The rod's only about $120.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's all you need, mate. You don't need anything else. So you get tired, still fat. Still fat, all the winding, still fat. Here, come and have a cast. Yeah. All right, so you set it up, all right?
What size is it?
That's just an 11-foot rod. Yeah,
Okay.
you sort it out, you cast it how you like.
Back?
Yeah, yeah.
Not that far though.
That doesn't matter. You still got it out there. That's all you need.
Ah, okay.
That's only 30-pound braid, but very thin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's
But it's really strong.
It depends, mate. It's all about, like, if you do your knots properly with braid, 30-pound braid becomes like as strong as 50-pound line. Yeah, you just got to double over. With braid, you double the number of loops, put it through and double it over again. So hang on, I'll show you. What we'll do is we'll put some white bait on here and we'll send it out. That one's worse. That one can put 8 ounces of lead and 2 muleys on it and cast as far as that. Yeah, it's all balanced, mate. I'll show you. That's a rod from the United Kingdom, from Great Britain. That's a proper tournament rod. I've had that for 15 years now. So yeah, all good fun. That's got a bait in there, so right. All right, mate. So what we'll do is we'll put a bait on. Hey, Big Mitchy B, thanks, bud. All right. So what we'll do. Yeah, I was hoping there might be a few tailor out here tonight. Sometimes you get good skippy.
Okay.
Trevally, they've caught trevally in here up to 50 centimetres. Yeah, but it's like anything, mate. Yeah, you just got to be there right time, right space, you know. So, yeah, trevally love fish baits, mate. So if you go out in the boat and you're not catching anything.
How about Malawi?
Yeah, I've seen mulloway caught on whitebait, but not as often as mullet and you know, like scalies and that sort of stuff. You know, usually with mulloway you got to use burley Indian gundy. You know, so oh now. I think these might get cast off the hooks, Gundy. I do that a lot, unfortunately, but we get that. That's why squid's such a good bait when you want to do distance casting, because squid, you can cast it as hard as you can and it never comes off the hook, you know.
Sometimes I heard people use a chicken as well.
Yeah, but it's like anything, mate. I'd much rather eat chicken than use it for bait. You know what I mean? So, but each to their own. Sometimes it works, you know. Sometimes fish like different things, you know. All right, let's see what's happening with this, eh? So, here, hang on a second, I'll show you. You can do like pendulum casts and that sort of stuff, right? Good fun, eh? All right, mate. Yeah, so this one here is this ugly stick, see? This is the ugly stick gold. Right, I bought this from Whitey's Tackle in Treendale.
Yeah, I know
If
that.
you go in there, ask for Jake, the big boy behind the counter like me, good fella. And they're a really good shop there. They're not like BCF and Anaconda and that, because the people in there actually like to help people catch fish, you know. So, all good fun. But yeah, Whitey's has got a lot of money out of me, mate. But the good thing about that is the stuff that I buy from Whitey's, I'll have for 30 years till I die. They'll bury me with it, you know. So, well, that's the plan anyway. It's my fishing gear, you know what I mean? So, snag, bastard. Come on. Maybe not. Sometimes if a stingray takes your bait to the bottom, it'll seal it on the floor. But I think we've got the sinker maybe. Let's have a look. Yeah, we lost the hooks. Okay. So, g'day mate, how you going? G'day, how you going there? Hey Gandhi, have a cast with this one, mate. Now this one, this is 200 grams of lead.
200?
All right? 200 grams of lead. Go for it. Cast it as far, just don't throw the rod in the water because you'll be swimming for it.
Not that good.
You're going to have to give him an allowance next week, Mum. All right, yeah, relax, you're a bit sore. Ooh. See, you're too much weight, not enough fishing, Gundy, all right? Righto, so watch this, mate. Check this out. This one here, you can really lay into. I'll show you. I can't do a pendulum cast because I'll knock someone out. Right. So watch this, mate. So watch this. No. This is good fun. Watch. Was that or?
Okay.
But you don't need to spend big dollars to do that, mate. You just got to have the right gear. So that's all you need. You know, if you're going to fish the beach and from here, you need 11 footer. You know. So. Yeah, it is, mate. You know, because a lot of times when the high tide comes in, you've got to get right out in the middle to get them, especially off that point. See where that green light is there? That's what you point at there. So, you know. Still coming in.
That's too far.
That's it, mate. Still coming in, Gandhi. Oh, here it is. All right, mate. Have a lovely night, okay? All the best. I'll see you next time. Yeah, good man. Yep, you too, mate. Oh, yeah, that is the long cast reel from Wago Lowy. Actually, no, the other one is. This one's the Susie Gosa that I bought when my first cousin died from cancer. So I'm going to take that one to the grave with me as well. All right, people, so we lost the hooks off that. Just going to put this back in here, okay? All right. All right, give me a second, fam. Hey, Gundy, here's some bait, mate. Use it for burley if you don't want to. Okay?
I do have enough, I guess.
No, that's right. Take it home and use it for burley. Good luck to you and your family, okay? You're welcome. Thanks for the subscription on YouTube too. I really appreciate it. Thanks, bud. Right. Do we have a bin near here? Probably not. Okay, fam. Now, always got to pass on the good luck to the next angler, fam. Well, there we go, people. Even though we didn't catch any fish, we still had a really fun night. Had a really good interaction with our community. We had a couple of heroes that came in, but they got sorted. And that's life, isn't it, you know? Now, give you a bit of friendly advice. Oh yeah, it's a nice one, mate. We'll probably be doing that tomorrow afternoon, buddy. Right. So, great. Great. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the terminal tackle from here, like that. Right. Great. Now people, you've got to remember the biggest killer of fishing line is sunlight. So if you're going to leave your rigs out in the sunlight or daylight or whatever you want to call it, in between fishing trips, you're better off just cutting them off and throwing them in the bin, which is exactly what I'm going to do, okay? Now see that swivel there? See that swivel there? I am going to cut that off there, cut that off there. So with the hooks and the swivels and the sinkers, now that's the snapper lead. See how battered that's been on the rocks and that? All you do next time is you drill out the hole there with a drill, right? Get a little file in there, smooth it out, you're good to go. All right, so, oh nice. That lovely smell of stale fish. God, I laughed when I did that cast and he said, yeah boy. Legend. People, our casting tonight was made a lot easier. This is the Shimano Speedmaster 14,000 reel, right? Beautiful reel. Lowy can vouch for it because I took it to Wago and was casting nearly as far as some of the guys with the drones, much to their displeasure. Saved myself $3.5 grand on a drone, and that was a cheap import one at that, you know. So, nah, just practice casting, mate. Nah, oh, there's crabs in there, but yeah, didn't get any. Right. And that's the most important thing between one trip to the next Geeky Nerd Cave. It's called maintenance, bud, and a lot of people don't do that. They just try and buy new gear and try and blame the old gear. That's a really stupid way to go about life, you know. So, thank you very much for tuning in. We still had a fun night. We helped out our new friend with their fishing, which was good. Got a nice little stingray. So let's go following. Who have we got? Come on. I think we're going to throw out a raid. Yep. Okay, so let's go to... Where are we? I'll go to my channel. Alright people, we're going to throw out a raid to one of the hardest working streamers on Twitch. Okay. I ask you to go in there and be respectful. Okay, I don't want anyone going in from a raid from us and being disrespectful to a streamer, fam, because you won't come into our stream next time, alright? We're going to go and raid Candy Rocks. We would love to see Candy get partnered, alright? Thank you very, very much for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate everyone that's watched the stream and interacted in the stream. Never lose the sweetness of life through the bitterness of living. Let's go and raid Candy Rocks, and please show her some respect. Bye for now.
Australis, thank you for the big raid. How was your stream? You rock. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follow quickie. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Huge raid. How are you guys? What's going on? Have a great stream. Thank you. I hope you had a good one too, and I hope that you're keeping cool. I know it's super hot over in Western Australia right now. Very hot. What were you chatting about? Thank you, Pop Test. Hi, Pop Test. What's going on? Welcome, y'all. Thank you so much for the huge raid.